when I came here, I didn't really realize what was happening until I see those guys really in front of me. Because I've been learning in Montreal from things that I hear, so I don't really have a display of seeing their ends going. But here, like in the source, when you see guys like Muñequitos, which are almost monuments, traditional music is spoken by them through their families, and it goes way back, and it's the source. There's no way you can learn something bad from them or interpretation. It's the direct core of the rhythm.
And they are just the superstars, yeah. They're like the Rolling Stones, like Prince, yeah. But when they are here now, just on my level, they are so nice, yeah. They are so cool, yeah. They respect me. They know I'm a young player. They know I don't know so much, yeah. But they respect me a lot. My teacher, he greets me with his hand every day. At night, he gives me a hug, yeah. And it comes so honest, yeah. So instead of feeling intimidated, I just feel honored, yeah, that these guys are willing to share this with me, that they are willing to receive me in their culture, yeah, to show me what this is all about.
Stop. Now we're coming into the doble. The dobles can't come out if one is against them. If you're tense, they can't come out. They can't. You have to think of your hands as the feathers of a bird.
When I arrived, I heard there was a terrific flute professor here, a flute legend. I was very excited, very happy. He's an extraordinary person, very warm. I was watching the flutist up front, thinking how lucky she was to be up there when he asked me to play. I was very surprised. I got up on stage and there was this energy. You get so much energy from playing with musicians like that. It's incredible. It's one of the best experiences in my life. You find unexpected resources when you play with people like that.
Last night I actually tried to go to bed at a reasonable hour. I think reasonable translates to about 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And the adrenaline was still so significant that I couldn't sleep till 5:30.
What I witnessed last night with Michael when he was playing with Changuito and Angá was a whole other level to his playing that I'd never seen. I think that that's the big advantage to having access to these people, not just to study with them, but to play with them. Because when it's like water meets its own level, and if there's somebody setting a very fast pace, you're going to run a much better race. And the people that he was playing with were some of the best in the world subsequently. The stuff he was playing last night, to be honest, I never heard you play like that before. And I think that's true for other students here, too. I think that everybody gets the opportunity to play with people who are so strong that it makes it easy to play.
For example, Carlos de Puerto, the bass player for Irakere, he's in the he's with Richard Egües in the ensemble class. He is so good. He is so solid that anybody in that class. This is back to the issue of excitement. When you get to play with people that make you sound great, you get so excited that everybody's walking around, you know, on the moon, because these guys make you sound great. No matter what you do, you sound great.
You know, for the first time, I would say, in a long time, in a situation like BANFF, the jazz musician finally has near ideal conditions, which in his lifetime he's never used to, because the jazz musician never has ideal conditions. He has to play on a bad piano, he has to play in a smoky joint, he's got to play here and there, he's got to get off a plane and come here and do it. And here, everything is like newborn. And I felt like somebody washed me. It was a great bath, a musical bath. And we should take them more often, or have the opportunity to take them more often.
Cuban music has influenced other music in the world. It's had a strong influence on North American music. Initially, this was seen in jazz. Starting in 1920, jazz groups from New Orleans began to visit Cuba, which had a big impact on Cuban music. At the same time, these musicians were absorbing Cuban rhythms, primarily those of Afro-Cuban music, and incorporating them into their playing.
Todos los negros tomamos café. Ay, mamá.
One important moment occurred a little later when Dizzy Gillespie included Chano Pozo, the famous Cuban percussionist, in his group. Pozo not only began playing tambadora in the group, he also began composing music which was made famous by Dizzy Gillespie's band. Since then, other Cuban musicians have appeared, almost like a fashion phenomenon, playing tambadora in the most diverse forms and varieties of North American jazz, and later in North American rock and pop.
Jazz, strictly speaking, I'd say usually is understood to represent Afro-American music, and that whole development through the blues and that sort of situation. But having said that, most people that have gotten into the practice of jazz usually, to me, means they just understand the components, the building blocks of music, and the process of improvisation. look at music as just various building blocks that various people in the regions of the planet have developed and have their own accent. But basically, even though the words, or whether it's a drum or a horn or a stringed instrument or a voice saying it, even though the words might be different, it has the same feeling and meaning. And once you understand that, you can put together all of these things, the drums, the horns, the voices, and all say the same thing collectively with all of these different flavors. And it's very exciting when that happens.